Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a Who Review Thoughts. I am Davros, and I am a Whovian. And yeah, it's our weekly fresh episode of Doctor Who. So, this week's episode, Dot and Bubble. So, before we go any further, the spoiler warning is up right now, so, there's your warning. Okay, so, where do we begin? Well, the episode opens where we see a young woman named Lindy in this far distant planet where people live in this bubble city, and of course they constantly have this bubble on and they chat and communicate with their friends, and then the Doctor and Ruby are like interfering and are there, and they just keep interfering with the whole live feeds and what have you. But then they notice that there's these big slug-like monsters eating people, and they find out that Lindy is like one of these rich kids that go to this place where they work for 2 hours a day and then party. And her mother was played by Susan Twist. We got our Susan Twist cameo, and also the Doctor and Ruby start to notice that as well. That they've seen her before, that she was like the AI ambulance and stuff, so they're noticing it now like we are. Also, these slug things, they later discovered that they were created within the compound, and the Dot has become a sentient AI and has learnt to hate the people that are using them. Lindy does get some help from another person, a follower, who doesn't always live his life around the bubble. And then she saves her own skin when her Dot attacks and stuff, because they're killing everyone in alphabetical order. And then in the final 10 minutes, she finds the Doctor and Ruby, and they're all getting ready to leave, go down this river to a new place, and the Doctor offers to save them and take them to another world, but they just right up reject him, and the Doctor has a meltdown because they're refusing his help and he can't really do anything about it, and then they all leave. So that's the plot there. So what did I like about this episode? Well, probably an improvement from last week. 73 yards. I'll probably give that another chance in time. But we're on to this episode, so Dot and Bubble. Well, I like the whole slug creatures things. They're like sort of classic vibe Doctor Who, I feel we got from those. But the like slug monster things, like was seen in the Twin Dilemma in 1985 or 84, Colin Baker's first serial. So I like the look of those. They were interesting monsters, but they don't get defeated or anything like that. And then the whole Dot turning out to be the real threat, the AI thing learning to hate everyone. Yeah. I thought this had a lot of Black Mirror vibes as well. In fact, it did look like a toned-down Black Mirror with Doctor Who in it. That's what it did feel like. And also, I thought the visuals were good and all. But the character of Lindy, she was clearly the main lead, driving force in this episode. And I gotta be honest, she was quite annoying. Yeah. I found her a little irritating, and I kind of feel like the message behind this one is that, in this day and age we do live our lives around our phones constantly, like when we're walking in the streets, when we're sat at home, when we're at work or whatever. We are really on our phones a lot, aren't we? Even I'm on my phone right now recording this review. I think that's what one message is behind it, but towards the end of this episode, it kind of felt pointless. This kind of felt like a pointless episode. After the Doctor sort of guides them, and then Lindy, saving her own skin and letting her Doc kill the guy that helped her. She seemed a bit ungrateful and like, I don't know, she was just a very unlikable person. And then right up rejecting the Doctor's help, all of them, not wanting the Doctor to take them to the Newer World. They just wanted to get on the boat and go down the river by themselves. I'm like, you know what, yeah, if they don't want your help and they're not grateful for your help, why would the Doctor, I get it though that the Doctor cares. Also, he had a moment of tears again. I like that we got to see the Doctor again in that outfit we see him in his like promotional photos with the tweed and the orange shirt jumper. I like that. But, yeah, I just thought, in the end, it was pretty pointless. I guess Shutty and Millie's presence made it that bit more watchable.
Oh yeah, another thing I picked up on at that end in that final scene where the Doctor has that meltdown, they don't want his help because Lindy tells him that he's not one of them. And at first I didn't think anything of it, but from watching Doctor Who Unleashed, it turns out that, they're rich and upper class and are all white, and the Doctor isn't. He's black. And I was like, whoa. I didn't notice that at first. Russell did some clever writing there because he did say people might notice it 10 minutes later, they might notice 20 minutes later. They'll probably notice it in the long run, and obviously I have, but yeah, wow. That's some good writing there, So, yeah.
But, like I say, I feel the Doctor and Ruby took a bit of a back seat in this episode, but still, it was good to see the Doctor again in an episode, in a good portion of it, and not have him just like last week's. Like I say, I'm not getting into that now. But yeah, I just thought this was a very pointless episode, and yeah, it might just be. This is just my personal opinion. Like 73 yards, everyone like that had their own opinions, thought it was a good episode and that, but yeah, this one just, yeah, very bland and naff. But had good monsters, which, were just a pawn to the real threat. Okay, I think I've said enough now. I'm going to get right to my ratings. The performances, I'll give them a 7. The writing, an 8, because it is a bit of a unique one, but again, Black Mirror vibes. The visuals, I thought they were one of the best parts about this episode. I'll give the visuals a 9, because, like I say, some good digital ones and some good practical-ish ones on the slugs. And my personal, I'll give this episode I'll probably give it a 7. So, yeah. Yeah, but next week, I mean, we're more than halfway into this season now. We're about 5 episodes in, only 3 more left. So, yeah, next week it's the Bridgerton themed episode, which looks very interesting, and actually, I'm eager to see that one. But yeah, have you seen this week's episode? Do let me know down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Who Review Thoughts on Doctor Who, Dot and Bubble. So, until next time, run for your life.